The Tale of Genji. Utsuzumi. Murasaki Shikibu. Shuin also wind flow man my pale around the Utsuzumi. Is pain smoothly in that aji kinaki time de akiko. Sleepless Genji. I am because I do not so far that it has been an indifference from person to so. For the first time life tonight we're taught that's a sad thing. I feel that not live embarrassed to say with such small you had even spilled tears to hear. Very cute Genji thought. Petite body per think no one hand. I feel old has been thought to be similar to this is also the hair of that person that so long did not feel. It also seemed to unsightly be trying to move this over by force a woman. Also from the heart that you're a meshiku also made from the true. Also quit doing it alone with words jute. That the went back early the next morning. Small you thought that pitiful unsatisfactory. Woman was also thought very sorry. But it from did not come also another letter. With I think became your resentment. This remains myself be forgotten was felt that sad. Following is a hate be Nisaru trying to have the unreasonable way to say it either and that it is Toro. I think it with this in it then may be made to the end. I had a pensive while admitted in reason. Genji. While I think that is a terrible person. I learn the anxiety. Such as it is not possible to keep left to the left consequences. If there is no Anna heartless reproachful people I thought. He is also my mind in an attempt to forget or suffering because not to think of myself again. Meet again me you can make a good opportunity. Such as, small a thing all the time you had been told. Genji their own but the thing while troubled was happy that is to the person required. Had been aimed at the opportunity to childish mind. And standing or protect key to them is to duty station. All that is left of the time became only the woman of the family one day. The undeniably easy time of distinguish of evening things. I came to the house by riding the Genji to his car. Then anything guide who is Genji was the feel anxiety because it is the children. Did not have it to lean by. For example, carefully. And the conspicuous unexpected dresses key of rushed and less occupied with protecting the house of the gate, etc. Since it is of a boy house of samurai was first good because it does not or pick up to follow. And to stand the Genji out of the east side of Sumato. Small Kun himself came from the round the edge. In to let me raise the door and knocked briskly from the outside of the south of the corner of the parlor. My wife. What is so much people will look at the parlor? I am saying the scolding with, what it was down early lattice to so hot today. West of the pairs from the lunch one of the pair of ya on the left and right sides of the main room. You young lady as I Sharu hit the go issh I need to come in. The wife said, Genji is entered from the lover in the mouth of the stepdaughter is open I try to see except. There each other have to be in the cross-cut. Stood between Sumato and Mrs. It has lattice that gave up the small you still remains the. Because the lights from outside evening is pointing. Until all the way across the parlor to the westward I saw. Folding screen stood beside the mistake here of the chamber is also the better of the end has been. Folded conveniently. Dripping also because of the heat of the day. Such as should the kicho become if usually unsightly as applied to the rod is raised. Light had been placed close to the seat of the people. Whether it will be miss people that sat snuggled up to the pillar in the center of the room. First of all in the eyes it went. By applying a coat of something on top of the single clothes cassane dark eye of purple. It is a petite woman who a slender cuckoo's head. Face. Such as was the fu has a care not to be seen as all from the people who sat in the front. Skinny hands are just not out of the sleeve then a little. Another person seemed completely because I have the face to the east white usaginu over pulled. Thing seems small uchigi of pale indigo blue in single clothes cassane. Collar also of kimono as far as the knot of the string of scarlet hakama was out chest hodaki. Is fu not very well behaved well, and white in color, and shape of the head and not exceed well. Beautiful hair took forehead with. If there is a charm to the eyes and the mouth is a flashy face. and many of hair, but long as not. A beautiful head it took to shoulder from the faces divided into two. The whole looked a cheerful beauty. Genji, so interested that its parent is to boast, was piqued. A little like that feeling I want, a little accompanied by a quiet nature. It seems there's a place that Saibashi, such as when to put the useless stone finished go, is indeed visible to Toshi Takumi, and the fuss in pancake. People of more of the bacchus as quietly suppress it. Well, please wait. There would be a number of together both. Then there are the eyes of more of you here as well. But say things like, no, I in turn was defeated. Oh yeah, have to account the place of the corner. Fold the finger. 10, 20, 30, and looking at the counting in 40. The number of Yugata of Hot Spring of Iyo, that's myriad even in this person seems to be, it will be understood immediately. It is a little vulgar. More than enough not often show the face to shoot gaps in man around the mouth and the sleeve. But it has been found increasingly well in wearing staring eyes to one of them now. Like a little puffy eyes. It does not appear as often muscle as well. Such as the nose is through. Gorgeous place where even without it is the face of ugly more speaking one by one. Figure and is really good. Was worth to draw a lot of attention of people than beautiful now one person. Woman of the better laugh shining proud full of the face with a flashy charm from personality. Is certainly beautiful if advance the common point of view. Young Genji, while I think that it is Kaicho was able to have interest in it. So far news of Genji. All properly behaved well. Was the only woman pretending humble. Since it was the first time the experience was Ursuki me the figure of the woman who has been such a slovenly. Even the poor is a woman who does not know that you are watertight saw a man. When I thought want to have a little more standing. Small you have to etch it became so likely to come out quietly retired from there. And small kun came in standing towards the entrance of Watadono became the opposite of Sumato. Has a sorry. Such as facial expressions. I had come to people who do not have hero, it does not go to near the sister. And you wonder attributed to one of tonight. Boring is not met. I would not do that. If you have caused that person to go I do well. And he said, or else say things like there's a self-confidence of success. Genji was wondering if but it is children eyes chopsticks might go well because he often sharp. Whether the game of Go is over at last. Was a sound like people go to standing on the divided. Do you like to come over to our where is Wakasama? This your grid will tighten. Rang the grid from the middle to clattering to say. Another all sleep wonder, will then do it very well be performed by entering. And Genji said, without consultation know that it is not likely small you also know nonsense sister of heart not move. It's that I think let's lead the Genji to the bedroom when fewer people to buckwheat. What are you in here also key, protect sister. Ida me let me suki me. Such a thing, because the grid you are upright accompanied by Kicho. And small you say, that is I, but I thought but it is so capital Genji funny. Might be known and seen. Believe that poor. Just had to say a pain to wait until late at night. Small you are. Intern. Went in to let me open the side of the Sumato. Wives got all sleeping. In front of this threshold I go to bed. Well, because the wind is passing through. To say, small you went to bed and spread the overlay between the plates. Wives is like everyone went to bed to go to the corner of the chamber of the southeast dojo came out to open the Sumato for small you even slept entered into it. After a while to show to the sorin filled. The more of the light of the lamp small you are pointing from the chamber of the corner. Here separated by a folding screen that spread has drawn the Genji to the front of the chambers. Of the Sumato it became dark. While remember the likely oysters a shame anxiety for a glance. Genji was about to enter into and hit the vertical silkicho of the center of the main house to remain guided. It was to have very meticulously carried out. But in time fast asleep as in the house. Was Mimita also the sound of them clothing of soft Genji. That the woman is no longer come in the letter of these days Genji. but was of trying to Omo to be capable of peace of mind. Now also misses his memories of that night like a dream. In a time that is no longer nightly can also sleep there were. Is love not made people with an all-day pensive by day? Night was this person to Nezumegachi woman, opponent of the daughter of Goas. Went to sleep while the carefree story youthful to say that tonight is stay here. While innocently daughter was well asleep. Woman noticed when Genji is to come closer to this chamber. Incensed Takamono with the clothes have been flowing looked up. It was of that Mihirogu of people to thin Kicho over the summer feel good even in the dark. Quietly happening. I came out missing a softly bedroom only wearing one single garment of Usaginu. Genji, which came into his. I was relieved to woman was sleeping alone does not have anyone on the outside. My wife was sleeping from the book stand about 2 people at the bottom. When you went by and except for the stomach kimono one, I thought only that it is still Genji lover even feel larger than the woman at that time. Been happening suspicious, etc. That you were sleeping too well. It was found that not to be the person to finally Genji. Became the heart unexpected must be frustrated with amazed. But Genji thought I was troubled by it is also reluctant suspiciously leaving from here to say that is a human difference. Be carried out to the people of the hidden location. So much to be should be without people to meet pleasantly his is a mind to try to escape from their own. Just feel that it will only be contempt. This has become the heart that may have been to do this in tonight's lover when they're in that beautiful love of Genji to this and Surinai people are also suspected of anything about the depth or only barely woman woke up just surprised by the sordid consequences. Emotion, such as a sorry from the true does not come happen to Genji. Cheeky this person a pancake in proportion was the daughter does not even panic. Genji but wanted would be to not own. Why and whether there has been such a thing. When you consider the later woman. But it is a good thing. Even if it's for their own Miss Frosty people. Because it was not Annani Habaka world. I thought as a poor supposed to expose the secret in this thing. So I chose this house often to Katatage. I was told that it was because you wanted close to you. It will be seen that the relationship between the stepmother to people to think a little. Young daughter heart did not reach I think it even if there isn't such a cheeky person. Nakuku as I feel there is no point to be attracted by the mind without heart of Genji even when this was filled with love of heartless people. Entered anywhere in the corner probably laughing his languishing way. Such a true thing called heart and to not be one in the quite common. Shinsoko also try in the mood mocking is still miss that person it's not Tay. But there is nothing of that doubt seems new lover also to Karen that does not have. Genji had her the word good in the Nochi promise. Better in that shinobu-ness than the open relationship liked everyone from the old days when a thing to be deeply in love. You also please love me. Because I'm not even there is no refrain to the world. I thought it was as of the act is not possible. That even his father and brother at your side as someone could have a favor to this relationship I have to worry about from now. Come again to see you not forget waiting for me please give me. And the like was saying things in the caliber of cheesy cheating man. Because I do not want to inform the secret to the people, I do not raise as also the letter. The woman had said obediently. It should not be to be reluctant suspiciously in all. I small of this house courtier. I also will give a letter entrusted to there. I should not be careful. So as not to inform anyone the secret to Sayata. Genji lover came out with a piece of Handu Saginu which apparently went to take off a little while ago. If the cause you small that was sleeping next to the room. So was sleeping while I think the concern that of Genji was immediately awake. When the small you can quietly open the sumato. In the voice of a woman that was closer of the year. Who, exaggerated said, small you while I think that it is cumbersome. I'm, say, where to do so come in such a night? Clever old woman is fu come walking here. Small you think Nikarashiku, it's a little bit out to the outside. while saying that the extrusion of the Genji from the doorway, their time of bright moonlight outside close to dawn. Suddenly the empty old woman saw, "Who are those of another person?" and said, "An old woman, but also, I would be Mr. Minbu. That's nice tall people. Say, we'll say that the tall woman of comrade. Old woman is small you and the people part one thought that it go together. It becomes stature that does not lose you in now." Old woman also came out to the outside from Sumato coming out of Genji us saying, without can also push back the old woman while troubled to the door. And standing along the entrance of Watadono opposite, it came by the old woman to buckwheat of Genji. The Anta, tonight, was going to your living room. How can I was resting in the better of the room poor condition of the stomach. I is mon called to say that. Come because unwary, is very much painful to endure you could not. Quote, spilled as cause heard, hurts, oh hurts, you later. I had to go to say. Finally Genji was able to leave there. Genji was learned by experience and cannot adventure. Put a small gimme after the car. Genji went back to the article of the hospital. The settlement of tonight you've escaped to the person Genji talking about. You're a child. Says that it is still no good. The attitude of the sister told Fu only reproachful. Sorry small you did anything can be a Stonehenge. Since it seems loath, sister is compelling me. So much myself unpopular became unpleasant. Is not sa, or not it looks good even me is about to speak at the very least I am boring then through I yo man. Must, from reproachful heart, said such a thing, and I went to bed put a thin kimono that was brought into the bed. Small you to let me sleep immediately before. That I think you're a meshiku also. Had said also Miss Mood. Although you are cute, because younger brother of reproachful people. Forever my mind whether can love you. Small you had withered to hear you say seriously likely to Genji is this. Although for a while close your eyes Genji did not sleep. I wrote in the manner of waste writing instead of the letter seems the letter immediately ordered. The inkstone and happens to the original tree to kick in farter only of Utsuzumi Naho personality nostalgic on of. Small Kun past this song has gone well into the bosom. If Nayara to say something also to that girl and Genji thought. But quit that Takusuru wrote a letter to the small you at the end. Which many thought that Usagi knew was a small Uchigi. Genji that the smell is attached deeply to the feeling old did not try to hinaso from near its own. Small you went to my sister. Utsuzumi said the severe scolding as was waiting. I've been really surprised, but I've hidden. Who you did just what that thing s not of. Unwise might imagine, is worried that he does not rather contempt over there. Standing in the Genji and sister. You small that a lot of nagging to receive from either issued a song that Kodazuka thinking painful. Utsuzumi I've read at a medium truly. Small Uchigi taken to Genji in the empty shell is. Even he died in only the love of the people while I think in whether would have not become unsightly worn. Day of agony of Utsuzumi was complicated. People of the pair of the West as also have went back in the embarrassing feeling this morning. Because it was the one incident that my wife even did not tired of the damn. Just had a pensive alone. Small you could let her even though it is often to dance the chest also look at the shadow. That come and go through the house. And this is from the indifference of the man it is impossible to think of yet. But will there is a day to remember Cho also in pancake mind. Utsuzumi while not under the guise of calm is also immersed in the truth of Genji's cans. Is just sad fate which is not preempted and if was the era of the daughter. On the edge of the paper of the song came from Genji. Kana get wet Ruru sleeves to shinobi hidden tree of do which put on the blades of Utsuzumi. I had written a song like this.